right, so good evening, everyone. I believe you can hear me. So this will be our discussion on exam strategy. So this is open to all ICAG students. So if you have a friend who is writing the exam, feel free to share with them. Check the comments. You'd see the link there again. You can just share with your friends, post on your WhatsApp status. Whoever needs the information can join, right? Okay, so let's start. The discussion today, as I'm sure we are all aware, is to talk about strategic subject combinations for ICA success. There are many ways to approach the ICA exam. One of the ways is to pray and hope that you just do random things and then those random things will work for you, right? The other approach is to have a system that works, okay? Now, those who write ICAG and pass, they have a strategy they use, all right? I'd also talk about those of you who want to win prizes. So I have two different approaches. It depends on what you are here for. Some of you, you say you just want to get your 50 and pass and go home. Your strategy is here. Those of you who want to win awards, your strategy is also here. The two objectives have different processes you can use to get there. Okay? If your end goal is to win an award, there's a different thing you have to do. If you just want to get your 50, 50, 50, 50, and then just chatter, you to have a different approach. Okay? So don't think that those who win the awards and you see us posting them, they are just lucky. No, there's something they do that you probably don't know. I'm going to share that today so that if you are interested, you want to win an award, you know how to also plan your ICAG journey. Okay? Do we have some award winners in the house? Give me a thumbs up if you aim to. Okay, so if this is the first time coming across MSL Business School, this is the place where global business leaders study. Over 30 plus national awards in just under 2 years, thousands and thousands of first attempt passes recorded. Why are you not the next person in line, right? So I believe anybody here has what it takes to pass an IC exam with a good system, with good coaching, with good tutorials, right? With good guidance. More importantly, you can pass, right? Why MSL students do so well, maybe you don't know. The secret is myself. I took the exam when I was very young. When I completed, I was just 21 years of age. I was still in the University of Ghana then. I was overall best student for 3 levels of the IC exam. So MSL Business School is built on that foundation that we are training the next set, right? So our students do very well in the exam. If you are not going to win a prize, you are definitely passing, right? But in between there's between 50 and 80, whatever, and 90, whatever, that'll give you the prize. We have the top students in Ghana. Case in point, 2024, that was just last year. The overall best graduating student for March, July, November, all 3 diets came from our school. All of them, right? November, March, July. In a single year, we cleared all the 3 level 3 overall best graduate, like the best chartered accountant of the year for 24 came from one school, right? I think it's quite unprecedented, if I believe. So it should tell you that it's not guesswork. We are doing something that kind of works, right? Okay, so I'm going to share that with you. This is our flyer. I'll leave it to the end. If you are interested to join, of course, you can always join us. So let's go straight to why we are here. Enough about us. This is our contact. You can QR scan, chat us on WhatsApp, or you can just pick the number and text us, call us, anyone. Right? Yeah. Okay, so to today's business. Why are we here today? I'm going to share a couple of strategies. We have 2 core strategies. Like I said when we started, are you an award hunter or you are a strategic passer? Like I said, if your goal is, I just want to pass, I have a message for you. If your goal is, I want to actually do very well and be the best, I have a message for you as well, right? Then I'll walk you through understanding ICAG's award rules. ICA has specific rules for winning an award. It will shock you. It's not about getting the highest mark in the paper. Are you surprised? The award winners are not necessarily the guys who got the highest mark in the paper. You can get 99 and not get the award, even though maybe you were the highest mark. There's a reason why. I'll tell you so that you know how to strategize, okay? Then I'll talk about strategy 1, which is the award hunter. So I'll say that one early so that those of you who are not looking for awards, you also come afterwards, right? But if you're looking for prizes, I'll clear that out of the way, and then we can move on. Strategy 2 is for the strategic passer. Your own, like I said, you want to get 50, 51, 52, 60. That's your goal. You are not stressing yourself for any prize or whatever, right? Then I'll walk you through the 4 ICAG knowledge pathways, critical links, how the papers are connected, and then key takeaways. And of course, I'll open the floor. I'll take any questions you may have. How do I combine this and this? Is it a good strategy? Hopefully, I'll answer all your questions in the course of the session. But of course, if you have questions, feel free to ask at the end. Okay. So first thing is, what kind of student are you? Are you the award hunter? You want to win prizes in ICAG? Or are you just a strategic passer? I want to get 50, 51, 59. Right. Okay. So if you are an award hunter, your goal is maximum performance, aiming for top awards and recognition. What is your method? Your method is very high risk, and I'll explain why it's high risk. For you to be an award winner, it's a high risk, high reward approach because according to ICAG, and I'll give you practical examples. Last in July exam, there were 2 awards our students would have won if it was based on who scored the highest mark alone, but they missed out because they didn't meet all the criteria. So I'll come to that, right? So you should sit all papers in a level at once to demonstrate comprehensive mastery. Your focus, therefore, should be on consistent high-level mastery across all subjects simultaneously, requiring exceptional time management. So this is the only part if you want to be called overall best student, best female candidate. This is the only way. So if you are someone who says, I want to write 1, I want to write 2, forget about being called overall best. That's the first thing I'll say. You can't be overall best with 1 paper, 2 papers, 1 paper, 2 papers. It will never happen, ever. Everyone you see called overall best, almost all of them wrote at least 4 papers. 1, 2, 3, 4 at a go. I'll come to the details shortly. Okay. So, and I'll give you some insights, some numbers as to why more of you should try for that. Because the number of candidates who do that are very few. Many, in fact, more than my own estimate, more than 70 to 80% of ICA students do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1 paper, 2 papers, 1. Small till they are done. 2 papers, 2 papers, 3 papers, majority. So the awards are actually competed for amongst just a few people. So join them and increase the pool, right? So I'm saying that this is the only part if you want to be called overall best student. Whether it's level 1, level 2, level 3, ICAG gives the best performing candidates. And I have a special message for our ladies here. The ladies here, there's something called the best female candidates. There are some sittings, we go to graduation, you check the brochure, and it says no, there's no winner for best female candidate. Why? Because there's no lady who met the criteria. So you might see people getting financial accounting, best student, business and corporate law, level 1, right? But there's no best female because there was no female who did what I'm going to say shortly. So imagine if there was just one lady, only one. That was a free award for just one lady who would have written for and passed. Are you following? So I'm saying this because like there are awards there that people are not getting because they are not doing what they're supposed to do. Do you understand? Of course, to get the award, you have to pass 4 papers, which is quite tough. But with the right guidance, you can get it. And then when it comes to even the subject awards, the award hunters are given the highest priority. As in, if the highest mark in the exam is, let's say, 90%, you got 90%. But somebody else got 90% and wrote 3 other papers and passed as well. You wrote only 1 and got 90. This guy is getting the award over you. They will not share the award for you guys. No. I've seen cases where they've had a joint award, but anytime there's a joint award, it means that 2 candidates met all the conditions. We've had a number of times where maybe overall best for level 2 was the same, like 2 guys got that award. It's because they had the same average score in level 2 and they wrote all the 4. So you can't choose one over the other. They did well equally, right? But I'm saying that if you write 1 paper and you get 90 and the other person gets 90, they'll give it to the person who got the 90 and wrote more papers than you. So take note, this is the priority. Now we come to those of us who are strategic passers. Yours is not about awards. So you have to choose an approach that will make it easier to pass. Okay. So your goal is maximum efficiency, ensuring a steady pass rate and reliable progression through the qualification. If you're a strategic passer, your goal is, okay, let me pick the papers that work best together. And trust me, there are some papers that work best together. There are many students I taught public sector accounting and finance last sitting who wouldn't have found themselves in stressful cases if they had just done something before PSAF. I'll come to that. ICA themselves recommend, if you check the ICA syllabus, they recommend you do something before PSAF to make your life easy. And I've seen it so many times. Those who do that paper before PSAF find PSAF relatively easier than those who do PSAF before that paper. I'll come to that. Level 2 public sector accounting and finance. Okay. The method for a strategic passer is lower risk but logical progression. You split your exam into manageable chunks which build upon each other. So I'll show you how the papers are linked. So I know if I take this paper before this paper, it will be easier than doing this one before that one. Of course, trust me, there are people who don't use any strategy. They write the ones they feel like writing, and they've also chatted. So please don't take this as it has to be the only combination. This is my opinion as an individual. Okay. All right. So your focus here is building foundational knowledge systematically and linking concepts between papers for deeper understanding. So this part is not eligible for the main awards. As in overall best, you will not get it if you are under this one. 1 paper, 2 papers. You won't get overall best, 3 papers. But it's a solid, reliable way to qualify with reduced pressure and better knowledge retention. So if you want to, those of you say, I want to understand the syllabus well, yeah, you can do 2 papers, 2 papers, 2 papers. You will get more time to study the fewer courses. You can even finish the syllabus and go over again, solve more questions. Yes, but forget about awards. Okay, so choose what is important for you as a candidate and then let that be your goal. Are we good? So this is our introduction, right? There are 2 classes of candidates. So like I said, there's no right or wrong path. Trust me, there's no right or wrong path. If your own is not awards, it's cool. Not everybody in this life will win awards. Agreed? In fact, if everybody aim for awards, they can only give so many awards. Let me count the number of awards. 14 papers, so that's 14. Overall best, 2 in level 1, 1 for male, 1 for female. Okay, 1 for overall, 1 for female, that is 16. Level 2 is 18, 20. Give or take, there are 20 awards available. Give or take, let's say 20 awards there. So not everybody can be an award winner. Even if you all aim for awards, only 20 awards are up for grabs, give or take, right? So that should tell you that, oh, then it means you can try, right? But if you're a strategic passer, there's nothing wrong with that one as well. Okay. So let me start with my personal favorite, the award hunters. Because I actually believe most of you can actually win awards, but you just don't know why. I'll give you an example that I always refer to it because it's painful, right? So someone from our audit and assurance class, level 2, right? July, she scored 91. I'm reliably informed that was the highest mark in the country. But guess what? She didn't get the award for audit and assurance. They gave it to someone else who was in the 80s, apparently. Why? Because this lady I'm talking about, when she passed audit and assurance, she wasn't done with level 2. So that brings me to my next point. For you to be the overall best student for a level, you must be done with that level. Let me repeat it. For you to be called overall best for a level, you should have finished that level. So let me put it this way. Level 2 has 6 papers. So this lady I'm talking about got 91 in audit and assurance, but she had other papers to do, public sector, FR, and the rest. So they are like, okay, she's the highest, but let's check criteria number 2. Is she done with level 2? No, she has level 2 papers left. Okay, next person. So they'll go for the next highest after her, who is done with level 2. Do you get it now? They'll go for the next highest after her, who has finished level 2. Let's go to level 3. Level 3, let's say you get CR 90, Advanced Audit and Assurance 90, Advanced Taxation 95, and then Strategic Case Study, you come and get 49. Do you know in the first place, you not even be invited to the graduation? Like first and foremost, you even be there to think of award. Because of this mark, you'll not even be invited to graduation, right? But the person who can get overall best, typically their marks are like this. See, I can get maybe like 71. Advanced audit and assurance is usually score higher, 79. Advanced tax is not difficult. You can get like 81. Strategic case study, this person gets maybe 76. This is typical overall best marks. 71, 79, 81, 70, even lower. Do you know that with all your 90, 95, 90, and all of that, your 149 made sure that you've not finished level 3. So who is the next person who has finished level 3 and has the highest total or average? Is this guy. And we call this guy overall best. If you came for the last graduation, they are now taking overall best students to Dubai. So this guy gets to travel to go to Dubai. But probably if we were to add marks, this 49 person beats the person by a big gap. But nobody, sorry, hey, please, your microphone. Nobody will hear of the second person's story because they failed one paper. So if you want to be overall best student, recap, you must write and pass all the 4 papers at a particular examination that it's for level 1 and 3. So level 1 has 4 papers. Level 3 has 4 papers. If you want to be called overall best student, take the 4 papers and pass all the 4. You might say, hey, but that's difficult. Oh, yes, that's difficult. That is why there are very few students who qualify for that. Very few. Those who actually qualify for this past 4 at the same time, very few. There have been times in level 3 when it's been less than 10 candidates, the whole Ghana, less than 10. So you might be like, hey, the overall best, they are really good. Yes, they are good, but they were competing among just 10 people. So thousands will write level 3, but only probably less than 20 to be eligible to be called overall best. Do you get it? If you write only CR, that's your last paper left, you can't be overall best. The best you can be is CR best. Even that, I'll come to that one. Right. So that is about it. Okay. So this award recognizes the most outstanding all-round performance across an entire level. And just in case you are wondering, would they keep my mark for me for the next sitting? No, they will not keep it. They don't roll over. So let's say this guy got 90. Isn't it painful? This guy got 90, 90, 95. Ideally, the next diet, we should be like, okay, let's add his previous marks to whatever he got in case study, his retake. He can get overall best. In fact, that is what ACCA does. So I have ACCA friends in Ghana. ACCA can write one paper and be the best in that paper. They don't do this pass for, right? I want to believe with time, ICA will revise this policy. But as it stands now, today, at least from the last graduation, just a couple of months back, this is what they did, right? So let's say if it's ACCA, I have friends, they write one paper, get the highest in that paper, they are called best students. In fact, they can write, maybe they call their strategic business leader, strategic business reporting, come and do AAA and AFM. They can do these two together, separate sittings. They add their marks together, then they call them overall best affiliates in Ghana. You see, they did it across more than one sitting, but ICA is saying that no, we want you to be stronger and tougher, right? Do it at a goal. Let's see if you are strong. And then you get the award. Are we good? So overall best has a very high standard required. You should have taken all the 4, right? So if you are someone who is taking 1 paper, 2 papers, it's not going to work. For level 2, because there are 6 papers, at least 4. But if someone takes all the 6 and passes all the 6, they are likely to be overall best before you, based on their best 4 out of the 6, right? Or their total average for the 6 papers. But what we've seen happen is that sometimes someone takes 6 papers, their average is very low. Because if you take 6, you're going to struggle, right? So people take 6 and get 51, 50, 51, 50, 52. They don't get overall best because their average is 50 something. Do you get? Yeah, so your average really matters. Okay. How do you get best female? In my opinion, this is one of the easiest awards to get, because the ladies who do all the 4 and pass all the 4 are not as many as the guys who do all the 4 and pass the 4. So there are many times we've had students who we've produced best female overall before level 3 and overall who was a male. I checked their marks, right? There was quite a little gap between the two, meaning that for the females, you have fewer competition. They will kick all the guys out and say, okay, for the ladies, how many of the ladies wrote 4 and passed 4? Sometimes it's 1 person, sometimes it's 2. So actually, this is an easy award to get. Way easier than the like overall. And we have overall best female for the 3 levels as at now. Level 1, level 2, level. So they give overall for that level, then best female for that level. So if you're in level 1 and you're a lady, aim for the 4. You can easily get, in fact, level 1 number of candidates in Ghana doesn't cross 200 on average. Out of that, if you give me the statistics, less than 10% will do the 4. So you're actually competing with just a few people. And how many out of the 10 will be women? So it's very easy to be best female candidates, level 1, 2, 3, because you have a fewer base you're competing with, right? So you have to meet the same criteria as overall best, which is pass your level. Before you be given the award as overall best for the level, you should be done with that level. So level 1 overall best should have finished all his level 1 papers or her level 1 papers. Same for level 2. Best level 2 should have finished level 2. Okay. All right. So let's say, let me give an example. Level 2 has 6 papers. This is a painful one. You write FR, MA, FM, all of them, and you score 99 in all. Then you say you do principles of taxation the next diet. You know you don't get the level 2 award because you're not done. And all your 99s have gone waste. The next guy who probably got 71, 76, 69 will be called overall best. And everybody would think he probably was the actual best. But you got 99 in 5 out of 6. You said, oh, the 6th one, I'll do it next diet. Then you shifted it and you lost your award. Okay? So be strategic about it. If you're an award winner, be targeting 4. So if it's level 2, you can do it 2 and 4. 2 in 1 diet. 4. That's if you want an award. I'm speaking to award winners here. If you want awards, your best bet is taking 4 papers and hoping you pass all the 4. Okay. All right. So that is about it. Let's come to subject awards to win a subject award. Now, for the subject award too, it's funny, but they give priority to the candidate who wrote and passed 4 papers in the level over those who sat fewer papers. So even for the individual subject awards, sitting the full level gives you a way competitive advantage. The only time, so I've seen cases like this, especially level 3. Level 3, many times, some of our students even, one of our candidates, let me not mention names, but yeah, not too long ago, right? Level 3, that was their only paper left. They had passed the other 3. It was their only paper left. They sat that paper and got the highest mark and they gave them the award. Do you know why? Because their mark in that paper was way higher than those who wrote all 4. So even though he wrote just 1, do you realize that he's finished level 3? Because he has passed 3 already, okay? So he had just 1 left. Writing that 1 and getting the highest mark qualified him for subject award because he now has finished that level. Are we clear? So to get an award in ICAG, you must be done with that level, in summary. Just the overall best should have taken all the subjects in that level at that sitting. Give or take, right? Okay, so there's something I call the topper's trap. If you are topping, there's a small problem. So pay close attention. ICA says they may even reward someone who tops in 3 papers over one with the highest average from a single mark. Another thing people don't know. Let me give you an example. Someone gets 90, 91, 92, and then 61. Okay. Then overall best. Okay, this one is even easy. If the averages, let me use the average, okay? Let's say 2 candidates, candidate 1 and candidate 2, all right? You have the same average. Your average score is, let's say, level 3. Average can be, let's say, 71. I'm saying this candidate 2, maybe he got a 71 because one paper was very high. He got 90 in 1. The rest were 50, 50, 50, 50, 60. But this candidate 1 got, maybe 181, 179, 151, and 160. I know this will not give you this just as an example, right? We'll look at the person and say, this candidate 1 did well in 3 papers. Candidate 2's average is high because he did well in just 1. He blew 1 paper, the rest were 50s. Let's say you get 90, 50, 50, 50, 50. You are likelier to lose the award to the guy if the averages are the same, that is. Unless your average is clearly higher, then no problem. But if the average is the same, the next thing they'll look at is, okay, who actually performed better overall. Because you're looking at the person who puts in like the effort. You understand? So you can't be a tax guru like I said and fail audits. If you get 89 in tax and get 51 in audits, somebody whose marks are more consistent across board might get the prize over you if his average is the same as yours. Okay, so we want all-round students to be the overall best. I'll take questions at the end, so don't worry. Now let's come to the majority of ICA students in Ghana. Your own is you want to just pass. You don't care about any awards. You don't even want the stress and pressure that comes with that one. You just want to pass. You have to build strong foundations, right? If you want just 50, 51, 52, I'm talking to you now, okay? Build strong foundations. Some of you struggle because your lower papers were very poor. I teach CR, corporate reporting, right? I see many CR students and I'm like, if this guy did FR, they would have done so much better. Many people come with exemptions from MBA, and their MBA program had a very poor treatment, with all due respect, poor treatment of the standards, poor console treatment. So you come to ICA, we release you to level 3 to go and face CR, and you've not done the core FR. So now such a person is even asking, what is NCI? Do you realize that if you are in CR and you are wondering what NCI is, there's a problem, right? You realize, yes, but I have candidates who at CR are asking, sir, what is NCI? So immediately I know there's a problem. They don't have the strong foundation. So some come with exemptions from many master's programs. I actually say, you've been exempted, but take the class. There's no pressure on you to write. Do you agree? Nobody will pressure you to write, but take the class, especially if you know your master's is not treated well. You are the one who went to that master's class. I wasn't there with you. If you know in your heart of hearts that the master's program, they just gave you some assignments, B, and some TA came to do some tutorials, B, and solve some questions, B, and the exam was 2 questions, answer any one of 2, and you got master's, you say you are MBA, please advise yourself. If you've not gone through the ICA system, FR, 5 papers, it is lashing your back, like very rigorous paper, you come to level 3, you are not ready for CR. Again, some people are naturally good, they're able to make it. But many students I see struggle with CR. I always say it in my heart. I don't tell them. In my heart, I'm like, if this guy's foundation was good, they would have found it easier. So in my opinion, the students who do FR come and do CR, they pass CR easier. And take it from me, I've seen the numbers, thousands of students. Those who go through our FR and come to CR, they pass much easier than the exemptions guys. Of course, we teach you fully. Oh, don't get me wrong, we teach you fully. But if you are wondering what goodwill means in level 3, goodwill that any FR student knows, it's a problem, right? Or someone can ask you, why did you debit this one? Level 3. Why did you debit? Why is it debit? Level 3. Then there's a problem, you see? So build a strong, you can't run away from this one. CR is ICAG's last accounting paper. If they realize you are not good, don't let you pass. If they realize your basics are not there, you won't pass. They test foundational knowledge. So please, if you're optimizing for pass, then learn the content well. If you are exempted from a paper and you think you're not confident, take the class. Don't write the exam. Of course, you've been exempted, but take the class, get the knowledge, and be comfortable and know that, okay, I think I'm ready for this paper. Okay. And balance your workload. Nobody knows you more than me. Maybe you have 4 children. One was born a couple of months back. Your work, you close at 9. In the morning, they are doing, mommy, I'm hungry, mommy, this. You know your workload. So that's what I'm saying. This advice is my opinion, right? You know what works for you. Look at what you can do. Some papers go best with others. Some are theory papers, some are calculation heavy papers. Balance them right and know what works for you. And then please link related concepts. Some papers actually naturally progress together. So link the ones that are very closely related, right? This paper may go with that. I'll show you that one. And then progress logically. Okay, some topics in the syllabus, it's easier if you've done this one before that, right? It's much, 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 much easier. So let's start with level 1. If you are in level 1, of course, if you want to get award, I said yours is what? Do all the 4. So no arguments about that, right? But yours is just you want to get 50. You can split them into this 2x2 approach. You can do the numbers foundation first and then come and do the theory context next. What's the numbers foundation? Do financial accounting with cost and management accounting together. It works. is easy because you can then do BMIS and business and corporate law together. Now, I can teach all the ICA syllabus subjects, of course, right? So I know all the syllabus, all the topics and all. If you do financial accounting, topics like forms of business organization, sole proprietorship, company, partnership, all those things, they are here. They are also in BMIS. They are in law as well. So if you do this one first, you would have covered some basics that you need in the next papers. You get? Right. And the next thing is that cost accounting is not a big syllabus in terms of topics. The topics are fewer actually, right? So accounting is slightly broader. Costing is smaller but deeper. The costing syllabus is smaller but goes deeper, right? So you can merge the two together. Now, BMIS and law is a very big syllabus. Almost 50% of the marks in law come from company law, company and related laws, liquidation procedures, reorganization, actual company law, the corporate side of things. Business law is contract law, agency law, hire purchase, sale of goods, insurance law, banking law. So the law syllabus is big, but there's nothing to calculate. Same as BMIS. So these two, you can take them together. By that time, you would have finished your calculation papers, then you focus on these. Because they are theory, you can say you are taking them in a setting where you have more time. Maybe work pressure is not too much. You can actually sit down to read. You can take them together. That is my recommendation. You can take computations together, finish accounting and costing, and come and do BMIS. You'd see some cross linkages here and there, right? If you do it this way. Another way you can do it is the way I have labeled them on the screen. You can actually do it line by line. This one too works. So you can do accounting BM, costing law. That one too works, right? But anyhow you want to do it. Like I said, there's no magic that if you do it only this way, you're going to pass, right? So you can do the numbers together and the theories together, or accounting BM, costing law. It works for if you are looking to do, I want to pass bit by bit. Those who want to take 3 papers, I always say you are taking 3, just add the 4th one and qualify for an award. You understand? It's either you're taking the 2, you get my point. Like if you take 3, why not just add the last one and see how it goes? So do 2, or you want to do your 3, pass them. ICA lets you combine the last one with level 2 papers. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But writing 3 is a lot of work. So if you are someone who wants to take it slow, taking 3 is as good as taking the 4. I'm talking about level 1. Okay. So you can do 3 if you want to. If you are looking for 3 to do, it can be accounting, costing, and then BMIS. Law is a big syllabus. You can leave your law and add it to your level 2 papers. That will work, right? But please never make the mistake if you're in level 1 of doing financial accounting, BMIS, and law, and leaving the costing in level 1 to come and do management accounting level 2. The way the MA will lash you, you will probably never forget, right? I'm talking to the level 1 guys. You came from senior high, you are just coming to IC. The way the MA in level 2 will lash you, like those who have degrees sometimes get 39 in MA. So guess what you get, right? I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm talking to the average Ghanaian here. I know some of you are super smart, and I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the average student here. Please don't make that mistake. Make sure if you are starting from level 1, at least you take the costing paper, because many of the things in MA, budgeting, variance analysis, all the forecast, cash budget, all those things, you'd have done it in costing, basically. Job costing, process costing, all the small things before you get to level 2, right? What's it called? Absorption costing, marginal costing. You get all those things introduced to you in the costing paper before you come to level 2. Okay, so this is for the level 1 guys. Yours is not as complex. Level 2, yours, if I'm to recommend for you, you are not looking for award, you can do 3-3. What is my recommendation for the 3-3? I have what I call the core corporate stream and then the specialist stream. For the core corporate stream, it is FR, MA, FM. You can mix any of these, they are fine. And you see the second squad here, audit PSAF principles of tax. If you want my very honest opinion, don't take PSAF if you've not taken FR. You can take them together, but PSAF before FR, you give yourself extra work that's it's not really necessary. I'm talking to those who don't have exemption from FR. Like you are starting IC, you came to level 2. Why are you doing PSAF first? You are stressing yourself because there's something called IPSAS in PSAF. Anybody I've taught public sector here, I've proven to you how they are the same as the IFRS, like 95% similar. Agreed? My public sector students here. Agreed, right? Good. So if you have done FR, your IPSAS in public sector is already sorted. But some of you don't listen. You go and do PSAF and you're now wondering, what is all this IPSAS? Okay, no problem. When you get to FR, you do the IFRS component, but maybe it's me, but it's easier to learn the IFRS and know what the IPSAS changes are than the other way around. What do you think? Because, for example, IAS 23 on borrowing costs and IPSAS 5 on borrowing costs, they are not the same. IAS 23 doesn't give you the allowed alternative and benchmark treatments that you have in IPSAS 5. IPSAS 5 says you can expense borrowing costs and capitalize if they meet some criteria, same as IAS 23 borrowing costs, right? But if you know the IAS 23, you're like, okay, IPSAS 5 is IAS 23 plus one exception. Or we can do IPSAS 12 on inventory. IAS 2 inventory gives you just lower of cost and NRV. But IPSAS 12 says that's lower of cost and NRV, lower of cost and current replacement cost, and then fair value. Like you have 3 different approaches. So it's easier to know the IAS 2 and then say, okay, it's IAS 2 plus 2 extra models or measurement approaches, right? So if you are taking public sector, you are now coming to level 2. My advice is either take FR with public sector or public sector after FR. Public sector before FR can work. People have done it and have passed. But don't you want what to make your life easier in life generally? If yes, please take FR before or worst case with PSAF, as in same exam sitting. Your life will be way easier. Because when you take your PSAF, you would know the IFRS. So you now just be mapping that, oh, okay, this one I learned in FR. And if you're someone doing 222, make sure FR, as soon as you pass it, PSAF should come afterwards. If you are spreading your papers, when you finish FR now, PSAF. Apart from that, the rest are cool to go, right? FR, MA, FM. So you can do FR, MA, it works. You can do FR, FM, it works. You can do MA, FM, they work. They are fine. These papers on the other side here, as for audit and assurance, do you know this is the easiest paper in the whole ICAG from level 1 to level 3? You know, the pass rate for this paper is on average 80% plus. As in, if you take 10 people, 8 will pass. I've not seen someone who has failed this paper before. Like personally, I don't know anybody, like personal, who took and failed this paper. They are there, of course, but personally, I don't know anyone. It's the easiest paper in the whole ICA, level 1 to level 3. So audits can be done with any paper you want. It's the almost guaranteed to pass paper for every student. Right? So I know people who come to level 2 and they pass audits and they do well. Something they're happy. They're like, this IC is easy for me. Then MA shows them red light. They're like, let me be calming down. Right. So as for audits, you all pass. So don't be too excited when you pass it, right? It's the easiest paper in the whole IC. So audits can be done anyhow. But if you want my choice of 3, FR, MA, FM, you relax. Because audit is easy, it will balance your PSAF. By the time you do PSAF, FR is gone. Agreed? So your standards are okay. Your IPSAS is kind of sorted. You just have to close the gaps. Audit will be easy for you. And then this little bad boy here, principles of tax, is not difficult, but it's just a big syllabus. Plenty taxes, VAT, income tax, all of them, right? There. So this is my approach. Can any other approach work? Yes. The only one I would say, if I had to be like very firm on, I beg you, if you've not done FR, you've not been exempted, don't rush to do public sector before FR. Maybe somebody will say that, PSAF is this, is that. Yes. Those who wrote this past exam sitting, you saw we got what normal IPSAS questions in question 2, right? So as usual, 20 marks are there for you. 20 marks are there for you. So that's it for level 2, right? This corporate stream, FR built on your accounting knowledge in level 1, right? MA and FM build on your costing knowledge in level 1 for those who are doing from level 1 to level 3. So they are very linked. They are very, very linked, right? The financial statement you learn how to analyze in FR will also be analyzed in FM. And the management information you have in MA will inform financial decisions in FM. So the papers have some like linkages kind of together. Okay. Then this side, they kind of stand alone, with the exception of the link between FR and PSA. The rest are kind of like this tax paper doesn't link to anybody. You can do it anyhow you want to. It's fine. You can do it anyhow you want to do it. It's fine. Okay. But those who wrote public sector accounting, do you remember those who wrote in July? Did you see the question that said distinguish between defined benefit plan and defined contribution plan? PSAF. Those who wrote just this part November. Question 2. I saw a question like that there. Defined benefit. I teach my principles of tax guys as well. So just in case you've even forgotten in PSAF, if you were doing tax and public sector, you would have used that your tax knowledge. So I think the specialist stream just goes together. You see, so anyone who picks the papers well, if one question is not going well, you can be like, I've learned this in the other paper. Let me just apply. And then you are good to go. Those who public sector, did you see your ratios today? You had, this past week, you saw current ratio and quick ratio and things. Are they not all FR ratios? I don't know FR. You get my point. Like if you do FR before public sector, it's just the easiest. So you go and there's a ratios question. You've done them in FR. You just do the FR one for them and you've passed. You are gone. But somebody who is now in the public sector is now saying, hey, what is current ratio? Nobody who has done FR and pass will not know current ratio and quick ratio. So again, please take this as my advice if you want to pass, okay? So that is about it for level 2. Let's come to level 3. Here, if you ask me for your ultimate 2-2, you can do the report and assurance pair together and the specialist and capstone pair together. So CR goes very well with advanced audit. Audit is very easy. Why I say they go together is advanced audit, some questions will test your knowledge of audit procedures for some particular accounting areas. They'll say, write a test for maybe testing or obtaining evidence for some share-based payment transaction. You would have done IFRS 2 in CR, so you can easily apply, right? So it's easier to combine. You learn about complex group accounting standards in CR and how to audit them in audit. There's group audit in advanced audit. You know that, ask the audit people. So if you've done the consolidation, you can do the procedure to test the consolidation in advanced audit, right? So it's easier to combine the two. Then advanced tax can go with anybody actually. So that's fine. Advanced tax can go with anybody. But if you are looking for a 2-2 pair, CR audit, advanced tax, and case study. As much as possible, case study, I don't say should be your last, but typically, if you can, let it be your last. Some of you come to level 3 and you want to do case study first. It's fine. People pass, but leave it to the end. Because case study, the truth is, it tries to synthesize knowledge that you've acquired from the whole IC exam. Right? Those who wrote this past case study, you saw the questions on finance. If you had done FM in ICA, that was an easy question for you. Like it was a literal FM theory question. They were asking, I think, warrants, something, convertibles, warrant attach, something, right? It was about financial instruments, convertibles and warrants. Those are like FM topics. So let's say you've done FM in level 2, you came to level 3, 2 sittings later, you did case study. You see a finance question. You don't have to be taught that financial instrument, whatever. You can pick it from your FM topic, right? So case study can be your last. And sometimes the ratios you learn in CR will come into what? Case study. There was a sitting where they asked students to calculate ratio, accounting ratios. A CR student would have done the ratios already. So CR goes very well with audit, and then advanced tax can go with anybody. Okay, yeah. Victoria says convertible bonds and warrants. Every FM guy here knows convertible bonds. Agreed? FM students, you know what a convertible bond is, right? They ask your seniors in level, can you imagine, level 3 case study to explain what that is. But some will complain they don't know what it is. Why? They didn't do, they missed this thing. You see, the syllabus is very interrelated. So those who got exemptions, it's good, but please make sure whatever you were exempted from, you are comfortable with the knowledge. If not, it may come back to bite you. Okay. I'll take your question shortly. So these are the pathways in the ICAG exam. We have the corporate and financial reporting side of things. We have strategic management and finance. We have the specialist streams, and then we have the capstone, which is the case study paper. Okay, they are all building on one another. Let me just come to that. So the first pathway is the corporate and financial reporting. It's level 1, financial accounting, level 2, FR, level 3, CR. In my very honest opinion, the candidates who do these 3 papers always pass easier than those who skip this, and come to this. Do you know some people do sociology in, okay, let me start. They didn't do business in high school. Their uni was BA sociology and dance and music and political science and whatever. And they did an MBA, which did not stretch them enough. There was a tutorial session and no serious exam. The exam was 2 questions, answer any one of your choice. And they chose the one that was theory and answered it and passed and got the degree. And they posted on their status MBA bagged. And then they came to ICAG. This guy, the way CR can lash them, it will not be a joke at all. But the guy who went through the system, financial, I went through all the 3 financial accounts. So I understood debit and credit. We did all the bank reconciliation, control accounts, everything. I came to FR. Our time we had branch accounts. We did everything, partnership. I came to CR. I didn't struggle. Not because like you are super smart or anything, but like you've gone through the whole accounting. Okay. So this is how it's actually designed. The CR paper assumes you've done FR and FA. Assumes. Okay. So especially CR guys, if you have been exempted from FR, you can join any FR class just for the knowledge. But if you think your knowledge is okay, don't stress yourself. But if in your heart, you know you don't know, maybe you take the CR syllabus or you take the FR syllabus and you look at the topics that you know they didn't teach you in your master's program. You are not safe like that in CR. In my CR class, I teach IAS 16 and all those things again. But the way FR will take their time to do IAS 16, CR, I'll do it in a single day with other standards. FR can be the standard for the day, for the full lecture, right? So you want to make sure your basics are strong if you want to chatter. Okay, so if you've written CR many times as an exempted person and it's not going through, maybe do some look at self-review and ask, is my foundation okay? Or if you are being honest, it's like, hey, it's true, I didn't know many of the things. Because, for example, examiner assumes that when parent sells subsidiary in consolidation, you know the treatment. If associate sells to parent, you know the treatment. It's assumed in level 3. Assumed. All right? So this is in the broad console P&L for level 3. CR, agreed? Good. They assume you've done it in FR, so it's not a big deal for you. But some candidates are like, console P&L, it hasn't come in a while. It's not about coming in a while. It's a basic thing in FR. Just build on your CR disposals and add it to it. That's all. You see. Hey, who is that? I beg. All right. So then the papers also link with the audit papers. Okay. If you are taking level 3 audit, like I said, you can do it with CR or minimum FR. You know, some people cross. Let me just remove. I've removed him because he keeps on muting. Right, he's out. Okay. So for FR, like I was going to say, yeah, some of you have 1 paper left in level 2 and you choose to come to level 3. So somebody will do, let's say, level 2 FR is not done and you come and do advanced audit and you're worrying yourself too much. You've only passed level 1 account. What are you doing here? When they ask you to write audit procedure for some standard, you can't do it because you've not done FR. So please make sure before you do audits and assurance level 3, at least you've done FR minimum. But I recommend CR together or you do your audit after because you are going to write audit procedures on accounting areas. Are we good? And like I already said, public sector, dear, please. It is the... Okay, let me mute everybody. I'm coming. So when it comes to public sector, it is the public sector link or public sector side of financial reporting and corporate reporting, right? So do FR and do PSAF, or worst case, do them together because of the IPSAS IFRS link. Then we have the pathway number 2, which is strategic management and finance. So the 3 papers there are level 1 costing, level 2 MA, level 2 FM. They are closely related, very, very closely, especially the first 2 here. If you're in level 1, you can do your costing very close to your MA. When you enter the MA class, your first few lectures will seem very familiar. It makes your life easy, right? FM is more not on the accounting side, because these are like management accounting, internal accounting. FM is managing the finances of the entity strategically. So looking at source of funding, managing risk, hedging, those things, investment appraisal. Do you understand? Yeah. If you've done MA, you have the mindset, the frameworks to work with, right? So they also kind of learn from each other, right? Now, do you know these papers are the foundation for case study? I teach strategic case study. Case study has elements of this, this, and this. Do you know balance scorecard is here? Case study students, do you know balance scorecard is in level 2? Do you know business structures? Those forms of business organization, they are all in level 1, right? In fact, level 1 BMIS, I'll come to that one here. So this is good. I'll come to it's over here. I'll come to that. So I'll show you how many case study topics are actually in level 1 BMIS, business management. Pestel, Porter's 5 forces, Mendelow's matrix, all your models, okay, not all, but more than 60% of the level 3 case study models are in level 1. So anybody who did level 1 business management and goes to level 3 is doing revision. Again, take it from me, I've seen the syllabus, right? So those who struggle with the models in level 3, your level 1 colleagues are learning the models. Just at DS is like multiple choice, A, B, C, D, 100 questions. You are doing like a proper case study with a pre-scene and all of that. Okay. Then we have the specialist stream. This one is just taxation and audit. So tax, principles, advanced, audit and assurance, level 2 audit, level 3 audit. To be very honest, they are also very, very linked. Very. Those who do tax with us, you realize how many topics are in common between level 2 and 3. Have you noticed? What we call the joint stream. Yes. Our tax students, you've seen that we do one session together for the 12 years because like the tax papers share some core area together. So if you do principles of tax, you can do it very close to your advanced tax. It will make passing advanced tax very easy. Again, if your teacher teaches you well, like if you have a very good teacher who teaches the tax very well, the advanced tax will be quite easy. That's the only condition. It doesn't mean automatic doing it before will mean you pass. But if you have a very good teacher for this paper, this becomes much easier because by the time you get to advanced tax, more than 60% to 70, okay, let's say 60 to 65% of your advanced tax syllabus is actually in level 2 principles of tax. So if you are planning and you want to do papers together, you can do level 2 principles of tax close to level 3. Maybe you do it maybe in March. Then your next one, when you enter level 3, do the advanced tax. You pass advanced tax way easier because it's fresh knowledge from level 2. Take it from me, right? I've guided many people in this regard. The audit papers, advanced audit in and of itself is quite easy. So you don't need to really do this to pass it. That's the truth, right? But if you do them together or close by, it also helps. But level 2 audit, everybody passes, like I said, so it's not a big deal. Then we have the capstone, which is case study, where everything comes together. So here, analysis, professional integration, financial analysis, financial strategy, performance management, governance and risk, all the papers are linked. So corporate law, advanced audit, you find some in case study, the governance side. Because you know the advanced audit guys do corporate governance. In fact, these days, FR, they do corporate governance as well. It's in level 3 case study. So if you've done it, you are just building on your knowledge. Performance management in management accounting, KPI, balance scorecard, performance evaluation, all those things are in case study. Then financial strategy. In fact, 20 marks will be from finance. It's from FM and MA, largely that area. It's nothing new. It's FM and MA in case study. So if you're exempted, ICA assumes you've done it and they can bring anything from those areas. Then your model, strategic analysis, PESTEL, Porter's 5 forces, SWOT analysis. They are all in BMIS. I go through my BM class, BM lecture, I teaching them the same models I teach them in case study, the same things, word for word, right? Then you should be able to bring all of them together to make good decisions. Your CR knowledge in financial analysis and all of that will help. So case study, if we want to take it the way it's meant to be taken, is to be taken last. If you go to ICA Nigeria, theirs is a capstone paper. Okay, so case study, I think if the last time I checked, it was on a level of its own. You finish your exams all before you take case study. But in Ghana, people come to level 3, they are doing case study. Technically, you're not ready. I mean, you can pass. People pass, don't get me wrong. But it's way easier if you are done or it's your last set of papers, then you can apply everything you've learned so far to pass that paper. Okay, so that's about it. So my final advice, and I'll take your questions, decide your strategy. Like I said, those who join early, do you want to look for awards or you just want to pass? You all have different strategies. Please don't pass and forget in ICA because many papers build on each other. Don't pass and forget. Some of you pass and you're throwing your books away, or you go on Telegram, you see someone saying, I'm selling FR book. Have you finished CR? They are selling your FR book. Or you go on Telegram, what do they even say? Principles of tax book for sale. You've not passed advanced tax. You're selling principles of tax. IT doesn't work like that. Keep them till you are done. You don't know when you need your notes, your books or whatever, right? Then pair your papers logically. Follow the approach I've given you or something that works for you. And please respect the syllabus. ICA themselves in the syllabus recommended. I'm not the one saying it too. They said that they highly recommend students take FR before public sector. If the one setting your papers tells you something, won't you listen? Or what do you think? Like they've said it, and as a teacher, I agree. I teach PSAF. I've also taught FR a number of times, right? And I agree. So respect the syllabus. If they suggest something, do it. And then case study, if you can, should be your last or your last set. But like I've said, people do it any order and then they pass. So this is it. I'll take questions at this point. I think we did, yeah. We have 30 minutes for question. Let me do a few announcements and I'll take questions. So if you are in university at the moment, we have scholarship programs for undergraduates. If you have a first class, you can visit the website on the screen or just use your phone, scan the QR code. It will take you to the website. If you meet the criteria, we have 2 scholarships available. We have a full tuition scholarship for those with 3.8 and above for the males. If you are from KNUST, CW of 78 plus. For the ladies, we reduce it slightly for you. So 3.75 and above out of 4.0 or 75 plus if you're on the CWA system. If you don't meet these standards and you still have a first class, you qualify for our 40% tuition scholarship. Our scholarship gives you access to everything. You get access to the best app in the country by far, right? You join a community of other award winners who can teach you what they did to also pass. So you are advised to join. We have Ghana's leading ecosystem for learning. Again, by far, this is the best app in the country with more features coming. We've added an AI feature. You can ask any questions, which are going to improve. We've got quizzes on the app. Yeah, the app gives you the ability to download for offline view later, all of that. So you get access to this. And then this is our flyer and timetable for the March exam if you are interested. So at this point, I will take questions. If you have a question, the order is you raise your hand, then I'll call you so that we can be very, very orderly. Okay, so let me go through the list here. I have Papa Kwame here.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you should take advanced taxation and case study. But what if you just finish tax in level 2? Because I also mentioned that I always remember that you once mentioned that if you finish tax in level 2, you can go ahead and write a level 3.
Yeah, so I think if you heard me right, I said for the tax, you can go with any paper. Who heard that? Tax doesn't have like a strict place. You can go anywhere. So the 2 on the screen was not like a strict, you have to do it. Tax goes to anybody. So if you come from level 2 and you want to do tax, it works perfectly, right? It works perfectly. Yep. Any other question? You raise your hand, I'll call you. Thomas, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to know what probably could be the reason why, if you are not registering all the four, you can't be the best graduate student. What probably could be the reason behind it?
What could be the reason? Okay, I can give you the reason for level 3. Imagine we want to award overall best, but the person is not graduating that day. They've topped in 3 papers, they failed 1. So they'll come and take the award and go home and graduate the next sitting. That's one example, right? The other one, which I don't know why ICA does it that way for the other levels, because ACCA doesn't do that, right? So for level 3, it makes sense to me. Other levels, I don't know, right? So yeah, it's their policy. But I am sure at some point they'll change, probably, because the other exam bodies, SEMA, ACCA, they give you the prize if you got the highest. No other conditions, right? Yeah. All right. Ernest.
Okay, so writing 4 papers increases your chances of winning any kind of award, right?
Subject awards, overall best, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if there's a case where one registers for 4 papers, or let's say 3 papers?
Wait. Hold on there. I'm muting. Go again. Someone unmuted. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so one person registers for 3-4 papers. The person didn't take any of them, so technically 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can the person register again the same subjects 3-4 and writes and get an award? Would they factor in the fact that the person didn't write the previous papers, so had 0 in the previous papers, and hence won't qualify for an award?
Alfred, okay. If someone does it right, let's take them out. And let's go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that one person registers, the person didn't partake in any of the papers, had 0 in all the 4 papers, registers the same papers again, 4.
And
will the
passes
person
and gets
still
the highest.
stand? Yes, and pass. Will the person still stand a chance of winning the award? They won't discount.
Yes.
They won't discount the fact that the person didn't write any and that
At all.
there's nothing like that.
No. When they look at every sitting fresh, that's why somebody gets 90, 90, 90 and doesn't write one. He has lost all the 90. The pass doesn't matter. They look at that sitting. You've taken the 4 this sitting. You were the highest this sitting. So I know people who have failed the paper before and come back to win an award in that paper. I've seen plenty. They've written and failed it in the past. Their second or third time they were the overall best. In our school, I've seen like 3. They were in other schools. They failed. They came here, they wrote, and in the past and got the award in that paper. So previous or your past doesn't matter at all, right? So don't be worried whether you didn't write. You can still get the award, yeah, if you meet the criteria.
Thank you.
All right, John.
Thank you, Michael, for the opportunity. I wanted to find out if you finish your level 3, is it possible to win an award in level 2?
If
in case maybe you got like 90. Sorry, please go ahead.
So if only you it can work. I've seen it before. So I've seen someone get public sector award in level 2 when they were graduating level 3 because they wrote their public sector with their level 3. They wrote 5 papers. So they had public sector in level 2 left, right? Then they wrote all the 4 in level 3 and added their public sector in level 2, making 5. They got the highest public sector mark. And because they were now done with level 2, they qualified for the level 2 highest for public sector. Then their level 3, they got overall and some other awards over there. So it's possible. Remember, the condition is that you must have finished a level to get an award. So you can be in level 3, be graduating, and on your graduation day, you take a level 3 award and level 2 awards. You know, you can only do level 3 if you have 1 paper left in level 2. So technically, it's just like public sector or any other level 2 and the other 4. It's possible. I've seen it before. Public sector and level 3 prizes for like 2 or so candidates. Yeah. It's possible. Right. Same for level 1. But level 1 will be difficult too, because level 1, no. Level 2 is likelier because level 2 has 6 papers. Yes. Level 3, level 2 is likelier because of the 4 and 1. Right. Yeah. Any other question? Ernest, yeah.
And also with the app, as you progress, do you still have the resources of the previous lessons that you joined before?
No. for obvious reasons, right? You registered for March. March is done. March is gone. So next level, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
but so the materials. So let's say FR. We did
Yeah.
FR. We've written FR. We are going on to the next. We'll probably be registering for CR, and you want
Yeah.
to make some reference back to your FR notes and videos that we're watching before when you're writing the FR paper. There is no chance of you going back to, unless you probably register again, or I don't know whether you
Exactly.
understand what I'm saying.
I get your question, yeah. But we give what we call pocket notes. They're like summary notes for all the subjects. So you have to download your pocket notes and go and print it yourself. That one is for you forever. But the videos, for obvious reasons, if not, somebody will fill FR 4 times and be watching the same videos, right? At our cost. Because the streaming on the app costs a lot of money. So yes, when the session ends, you lose access to your videos. By pocket notes, you can print them out. Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody left with one paper in the ICAG? They want to write CIT.
It's not even possible. It's not even possible. And my question is like, why are you not done with CA and you are thinking of CIT? Why? Like, why on earth? Right? I get that question a lot. It's not even possible. You should have finished your ICA to get the CIT 6 exemptions. One paper means you are as good as the guy who has not even finished or started ICA at all. So finish. I've got this question like 2 or 3 times this week alone. Is it becoming a thing? It's not possible. Like, let's say you have CR left in level 3. Why are you thinking of CIT? You've not finished balancing your console in CR, right? What business do you have with the CIT qualification? Finish charter, get your certificate, and come for the exemptions. Michael.
Okay, so I would love you to advise. Would you advise, let's say, a student has registered for a paper and couldn't make it in that sitting, and he or she wants to retake the same course the next sitting? Would you advise the person to enroll or should do a self-study approach and register for the intervention and the person is good to go? What would you advise for?
Okay. So if you are a student, we give a rejoiner discount of 25% if you are taking a class you've taken with us again. You know why I do that? Because I want to encourage you to come for the class again. Studying on your own, the problem with that is if you don't have self-discipline, you fall into the trap of, I'll learn it tomorrow, I'll learn it next week. But if there's a class, there's class, right? Like, something is going on. So even if you are at that wedding, you are feeling guilty, kind of, right? Like, hey, I didn't go to class today, I have to watch something. You check your group and your colleagues are chatting. Like, there's something to keep you accountable. People are asking somebody that, hey, can someone send me question sets? Hey, if you are at the wedding or the funeral and see question set, you're like, hey, I have to learn. Oh. You see? So if for nothing at all, that communal feeling is why you should join a class again. Learning alone can be a little lonely. If you have a community, then it's fine. You have friends, plenty friends you are doing the course with, then that's fine. They keep each other accountable, that's okay. So you can take advantage of the discounts we give our students who have taken the same course with us and then join the class. To study on your own and join intervention, I would say it depends. It depends because intervention can never, ever, ever do everything in the main class. I'm sure we all agree. Intervention will do some topics, some questions here and there. What if the ones you didn't study well, that caused your failure, are the ones intervention did not go over and you didn't learn them well again and you fail again, right? And if you do the math, intervention money usually times 2 or times 3 based on the school equals 1 full class. So like, why not just join the class? Do you get? So I would say it depends. If you failed between 45 and 49, you were almost there anyways. You can probably do self-study. But I beg you, if you got 39, 38 going, you don't have any business learning on your own at all. Some people get 21 and they say, I want to take it myself and come for it. In my head, I'm like, okay, all the best. 21, you are nowhere near passing. Nowhere. Please go for class again, right? If it's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, probably. Maybe exam technique, you didn't finish some question, probably, yeah. Right. That's about it. So that's my answer to that. Let me take some questions in the comment and I'll come to those whose hands are up The comments are plenty. Okay. Kimo is asking, can a female win 2 awards? Yeah. In fact, a lady can sweep all the awards. It has happened before, right? Let me show you. So, Abigail, for example, was best female level 3, overall best level 3, and best in case study because she got the highest mark for everybody, including the guys. And because she's a lady, automatically she's the lady who got the highest. Then she got case study, right? Franklina from Just the July died, graduation not so long ago. She was best female, best advanced tax because a male beat her, but amongst the ladies, she got the highest. So yes, it's possible to win. In fact, the lady can sweep all 1, 2, 3, 4 overall best female. It hasn't happened in a while, but it's very possible. It's happened before in the past. So, Kimo, that's my answer to you. Fatima, what would you advise someone who has never done accounting, finds themselves writing CA, now in level 3? What's the choice of subject pairing? I think I answered that on the pairing earlier. The question looks like you asked it before I did that. Okay. Victoria, why are some people associate at graduation and some are members? Associate is when you are done with the ICA exam, you've passed all the papers, but you are not qualified to be a member. What makes you a member? You need work experience. ICA says average 3 years. So if you charter, let's say you finish ICA, you are still in university, you are not working, so you don't have work experience, automatically you are an associate member. Those you see members on their sash, right? They have finished the exam and they applied for membership because they have the work experience. So they got their membership on their graduation day. That's the difference, right? Associates have chartered, but they need work experience to become members. What's the difference? A member can write CA after their name, right? So maybe Victoria Zuma, CA. Only members can do that. But if you're an associate, you can't write that. You can only say Victoria Zuma qualified. Okay. All right. Juliet, I did level 1 without going to university. Where do you move to after ICMA? Must you go back to university to get a degree? So, Juliet, it depends. Some universities today, like UPSC and University of Ghana, they have an MSc, Master of Science, Accounting and Finance, where you can use your ICA to enter without a degree. So you can do your ICA, finish and go and do a master's. I know UPSC does it. I think Accra Business School too does something like that, right? You can finish your ICA and do a master's. The only issue is that some organizations insist on a degree, not a master's. Like the Big Four in Ghana, they need a first degree, not a master's degree. Some jobs you check like World Bank, many of those, it's not too many, but there are some companies that will ask, where is your first degree? That's the only thing I'll say. You can do CA, do masters, but note that if there's an opportunity that wants your degree, you struggle. And I see it a lot. So I always say, if you can, I think UPSA will let you start from either level 200 or 300 with your ICA. Rather go and do UPSA, get a BSc, or go to UCC, they'll let you enter at some level, right? It's way better, trust me, than rushing to. People will tell you that, oh, finish CA, do masters. It's okay, but there's some opportunity you will not get because you go for the interview. Where's your degree? What will you say? Oh, I did my CA, I went to do my master. Where is your degree? So I always say, if you can do the first degree, it's like the best you can do. Do you understand? Right. Linda, yes, you'd get all the notes in advance for all the topics. Yes. Right. When you register. So those are registered now. Everything is on the app. All the reading materials to the very end will be on the app. For Stina, it's FR, public sector, and tax, a good combination. FR, PSAF, same sitting, yes. It's an okay combination, right? Gabi, will level 200 students get the scholarship? For level 200 students, yes. It depends on your course, your transcript, but the partial scholarship, yes, even level 100. It depends. We look at your performance overall, and then we ask some of you to add some other materials we should consider. So if you add maybe like your WASI results or your any other leadership, something that shows you are an overall good candidate, you can get the partial scholarship. For the full scholarship, yes, but you have to be a very strong level 200 student, right, to get that. So yes, you can apply. Even level 100, try applying and see how it goes, right? Let me come to those who have raised their hands. I'll come back to the comments. Sarah?
Yeah, hello. Michael,
Yeah.
good evening. Yes. So
Yeah,
my question is for those who have the exemptions and they are only writing the TSA.
yeah,
In case they pass
yeah.
and they don't have the knowledge for the ones that they were exempted, do you advise we take the class before we join the level three, we write the level three papers, or we can just go ahead and give it a try?
If you pass PSAF quite easily, it means you are okay. So you don't need any stress. Like if your PSAF was quite cool, a comfortable pass first time, you are fine. So you can probably try CR. But just CR, just ask yourself if your master's program covered those courses. If you are not sure, you can join an FR class and just join the console and standard sessions. But console standards and
Okay.
ratios. Yes, just those three.
Okay.
So you can do the FR. Don't mind the other conceptual framework. Don't go for those classes. When they are doing console, go and join. When you are doing the standards, join. When they are doing
Okay.
ratios, join. Because those three are pillars in CR. So if you join a
Okay.
class, those three topics are fine. Don't stress with the other topics. Right?
Okay.
Yes.
So what paper do you recommend after the PSA? What next?
In level
Maybe
3,
you want to take it, yes, just one by one. We don't want to take all.
you can do advanced taxation.
Okay, sure. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
advanced tax is straightforward. If you have a good teacher, yes, very straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Victor.
Yeah, hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Please, my case is I've written the FR a long time ago and I passed it, and currently
Okay.
it's left with only my CR.
Okay.
Left only my CR. In this case, I think the just ended paper was my fourth time that I wrote the CR. So in this
Okay.
case, I was just like maybe if maybe you could give me a strategy, maybe probably do I passed the FR a long time ago. Maybe if maybe you could give me a strategy on how to maybe pass the CR.
You're not in my class, right?
No, sir.
Come to my class, you'll pass. That's the strategy. But I mean, because I could talk and talk and talk and talk. Come and try me for CR. Right. Yes. I think that's a strategy actually. Right. Yes. Because if you've passed FR within the CA system and you've taken CR a number of times, it means you have the basic knowledge. You're not starting from ground zero. Come to my class, you'll pass.
All right, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Ekan. I hope I mentioned your name right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. My question is that some of us, where we are, we have issues with the network.
Yeah.
So most of the times, as much as we desire to join the live class, we are unable.
Yeah.
So you prepare your timetable as you are playing the video, then you have questions to ask, but it's like it's too late to ask. So I don't know what remedy you have for us going forward. And also, in relation to solving past questions, from which year do we look at for up to 2025 if you want to prepare for the March exams? Thank you.
Okay, so the first question about asking questions, one thing about us, at least I can say, is that if you come to my class, for example, in fact, all our lecturers, and you ask me a question from last week's lecture, I will not be angry. I'll answer you. You get? So let's say you were learning, you couldn't understand something. You can write it down. When your network is good, join the class for just 5 minutes, ask a question and then drop off when it's answered. That's one. Another approach is we have the WhatsApp group, or you can post. We have Smart Connect on the app. Post it there. Would also respond to you, right? So don't be shy that we did a topic 2 weeks ago. You can come and ask questions in class, right? Or post it in the groups. There's nothing like it has been done, so there's no chance to ask questions, right? That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one is on the past question year. ICA changed the syllabus from November 2024 to date. So for some papers, I'll say don't bother with its past questions. Something like public sector accounting and finance. If you look at past questions before November 24, you're wasting your time. Any public sector past question, July 24, March 24, and earlier, waste of time. November 24 to date, different syllabus for PSAF. Same for advanced tax. Same for principles of tax. The syllabus changed completely, right? So if you want like a solid recommendation, it's November 2024 to date. But some papers are their knowledge does not change, like MA. But don't forget that MA some topics were taken from MA, Management Accounting, right? Same as FM. FM today has some public sector topics like public procurement. It was not there in the old syllabus. So just know what has changed. Apart from that, I would have said you can go FR, you can use the past years. It's fine. CR, same, but be careful. We now have sustainability and ESG and all of those things in CR now. So long and short, use November 24 to date. That's the most recommended range if you want to prepare. Right. Okay. John?
Yes, so thank you, Mike. On the back of the fellow and the membership, how do you become a fellow?
Fellow is when you are a member for 10 years. So you charter, you have 3 years experience, member. After you become a member, 10 years post-membership plus a few other criteria. In fact, the 10 years is the biggest one. You become a fellow, right? So personally, I chartered in 2015, got membership, I think 17 or so. So I have to do like 2027, thereabouts, to become a fellow. Like next year, next 2 years. Even personally, I'm not a fellow yet. Right? So fellow needs like 10 years after you chartered. Or after you got membership, kind of, right? Yeah. But it's 10 years. Thereabouts. Yeah. So you can leave your fellowship into, we are 2025 and 2035 going, right? That's if you charter this year. It's not a right now thing, right? But fellow is just like a bigger title. You pay more subscription to ICA. Right? Apart from that, fellows don't get any special treatment that members don't. That you do understand? It's like, yeah. So it's not too much. It's not that deep, right? Yeah, Victor. Victor. I
think you've answered me already. Sorry.
Yeah, good. Okay. I saw an Akosia's hand up, but if you're still here. Akosia, if you still have a question. Okay, have I answered everybody? Let me go back to the comments. Okay. If you have 3 more papers to complete a level, can you qualify for subject awards? No. To get an award, you should have finished that level. I think I said that earlier. To get an award, you must have finished a level. So if you have papers outstanding, no. Teresa, is there a discount for rejoiner if you join the same paper 3 times? Yeah, as many times as you have to join, rejoiner applies. Once you join a paper once, any subsequent join for that paper, 25% discount. At least the policy today is that. Jeffrey, what's the punishment if you use CA after your name if you're an associate? If you are caught, you can lose your CA that you have. It's not right. It's not ethical. Jeff, do you get? Like you finish, you're not a CA, then you write CA on LinkedIn. If they find out, they can actually take that CA you've got, the associate from you. Right? So please don't do it until you have the membership. Elichem, does the work experience need to be in an accounting, audit, or tax? No. Any work experience. Usually, let's even say you were teaching accounting in senior high school, accounts, right? They will just need evidence that you've worked proper work and not like short-term internships and all of that, right? So any work experience counts. People are not auditors, they get membership, right? So it's fine. Is it compulsory to pay for exemption before you write a paper? Technically, yes. They won't unlock the portal for you. Let's say you came with a first degree, they give you the usual 6 exemptions, right? Level 1, 4 papers, level 2, 2 papers. If you don't pay for them, they will not unlock your FR, MA, and the rest for you because level 1 will show that you have not written. So you technically have to pay before you, right? Mohammed, what if you have work experience before you completed CA? Yes, if you have work experience, then at your graduation, you can become a member. So people get 2 certificates that day, completion certificate and membership, same day. Those who have membership, who have experience, right? David, you are writing advanced audit. You want to pay for the pre-recorded level 2 audit as refresher. Yes, it's possible. You are a student, so you even get the 10% alumni discount, right? So David, you can register for that and refresh your level 2 audit. That's possible. Akuto, which level 3 people can combine best with principles of tax? Hey, if that's the only paper left in level 2, PTX is weird. I would have said advanced tax. However, the two of them are written on the same day, on a Wednesday. Principles at 9 a.m., advanced at 2 p.m. If you can do that marathon, there's not a bad combination at all, because it'll be easy for you. In fact, by doing advanced tax, your principles is almost done, right? I'll teach you both of them. You pass the two, but if you can do that marathon on that Wednesday, that's the only challenge. 3 papers in the morning, 3 hours in the morning, and then 3 in the afternoon. If not, principles goes with literally anything. It's fine. You can do it CR, it's okay, right? But PTX, ATX, if you can do the marathon, it's okay. Fidelis, do you have similar opportunities with a degree in management plus CA compared to those with a degree in accounting? Accounting degree doesn't have any advantage like that. I know people in the big four firms with engineering degree, sociology degree with CA. So don't be stressed if you didn't do accounting. Any first degree is fine, right? If you charter, you can prove yourself that you can add value to the organization, you are fine. Or could you still need to get accounting or finance degree? Even your first degree is in a different field? No. Accounting or finance degree is not compulsory. People finish CA, go and do masters in economics. People go and do law. Don't be restricted by accounting and finance at all. Okay. Edison, master work experience being accounting. Like I answered earlier, no. You can do any field. Mami Adwa.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah.
Good evening. So if I have only FM left in part 2, what paper would you recommend that I write with part 3?
You can do advanced tax if you want to do 2. FM advanced tax works fine. Advanced tax will be on a Wednesday. FM is on a Thursday. It works fine. Timetable for exam weekend, all it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Aaron. Aaron. Okay. Yahaya.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Michael.
Okay, Aaron. Yeah, I'm coming there. Yeah. Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, good evening, Michael. I joined the tuition about 3 sittings ago. So I just want to know if I'm still qualified for the discount. That's my first question. Then secondly, Siaw, do you have a special class arrangement for receipters?
Okay, so the first one, you took a class that's 3 sittings ago. Do you still qualify for the discount? Based on the current policy, yes. We plan to do a cutoff at some point. Some of you go and roll, and then you come back home and come and pass here, right? As it stands now, yes, you get access to the discount. Yes, whenever you come back, that's fine. But we will cut off at some point going, maybe we'll do, you should have been with us for the past 3 sittings, something. But for now, it's open. So feel free to come back home. We welcome you. Do I have a researchers class? Personally, no. And this is the reason why. It could work. It could work. But some people feel and think I only need to sharpen my capital reduction. I only need to sharpen my business valuation. I only need to check my consolidation. But you are forgetting that what if you go and the console question this time is actually difficult? The one you thought you were okay with is the one that is tougher this time. So I believe for CR, take the class again. Assume you don't know. Go through the whole course again. You will learn something along the way. So do I have a researchers class? For now, no. It may change in future. Because I believe you should take the whole course again. CR is just a special paper. So give it the full attention. If I were to do a researchers class, I won't explain what NCI means. We come and straight away, we are doing complex groups. Guess what will happen? Somebody from outside who thinks they are okay is like, sir, what is NCI? Now imagine how it's going to draw the whole class back, because we are supposed to be people who are so good, we only need a small touch-up. Do you agree? So researcher class is a little bit complex to organize. That's why we don't have it yet. Because I believe for CR, let's do it again from A to Z and hope for the best, right? That's my opinion. CR is just something. Okay. If I do a complex lease question with many reciters, I can bet you they've not seen it before. There's a lease question I can bring a question now. We will do it. More than 95% of, in quotes, reciters will be like, sir, what's the principle behind it? But they are reciters, right? coming for a revision class. So let me teach you what the lead standard says, and then let's solve the question. All right. But yeah, maybe at some point in the future, we may introduce a course like that. Okay. Yeah, higher, yes.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Michael. Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Michael.
It's
Yes.
fine. Maybe you're in a different time zone, so it's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, I want to find out something. I've completed my MBA accounting,
Okay.
and I'm waiting for my results to be out for graduation. Can I register with the? If I don't want to sit waiting for the MBA to get ready for me to come for exemptions, can I use the degree and apply, pay the 6 exemptions and take only public sector while I wait for the MBA to become complete so that I'll apply for the exemptions later?
Yes, it's something. Yeah, many people do that. I know people who even say people come and write and fail and go and do MBA and come and take exemption. I know people like that. The thing was lashing them. They said, nah, let me go and do masters. We went to do masters in accounting, came to clear the exemption, then did PSC, went to level 3, and they are done. Right. So yes, it's possible.
The second question is that if I'm exempted all the papers in level 2, all the papers except PSA in level 2, and I did very well, can I claim an award for it?
For PSAF, yes. Unless somebody got the same mark you got and wrote more papers than you. Let's say you got 85. If that's the highest, and it's only you, they'll give it to you. But if somebody else got that same 85 and wrote FR, MA, FM, you agree he did better than you, right? So they'll give it to him.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Amadou. Amadou, you're muted. Okay, Akosia. Hey, okay. Look for the unmute button and then Akosia. Okay, Kofi Adoyobo.
Okay, hello, good evening.
Okay, yeah, Akosia, yeah.
Yeah, please, you were saying something about the first class exemption and then that, and then you were saying that it's actually you'd have to bring your WASI result to clarify some of the exemption parts, right? So I was asking that.
It wasn't for exemption. It was for our scholarship. Those in school. Somebody was asking, yes. Someone was asking if they can come with level 100 results for a scholarship. I was like, oh, yes, but level 100, you've just done one semester. Maybe you just finished your first sem in school. We don't have enough information on you. So there's a part on the scholarship form that says anything you want to share with us. Maybe you want to share your WASI results, some award you've got before, just to kind of boost your profile. It's for scholarship guys alone. Our scholarship.
Okay. The other than I wanted to ask that maybe if I have maybe a D in my maths, would you have considered me?
Which math? High school math?
Yes.
Oh, we don't even collect your WASI results for the scholarship at all. The only person who probably needs to add it is that level 100 guy who just did one semester and doesn't have anything else to prove. So I won't even know you got a D, right? If your university results are good, please come. Forget about the D. Let's say your university results are good, bring it. We'll give you scholarship.
Okay, generally, but do you think that it will have a negative impression on my career having a D in the high school results?
Ever since I finished pre-sec, nobody has asked for WASI results. Should I give you oh yeah, I finished pre-sec in 2012. Since then till now, not a single employer has asked, where's your high school at? So it doesn't matter, please. Put it behind you and do well in your degree. You are good to go. Nobody will even ask you, ever. Maybe unless you want to go for minister and they take you to the committee in parliament and somebody knows you got a D and they bring it up that you, when you were in high school, you got a D. If you don't have political ambition, that's forget about it. It's not a big deal, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Dora, do you have a question?
Sir. Sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, I want to write PSA.
Okay.
I want to add one of the last parts to it, one of the papers. So would it which combination would be best?
Advanced tax is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Kofi.
you.
All right.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I joined a little bit late, but my question is, if you are in a level 3, what's the best combination papers that you can do to combine at least to do well?
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
put the recording on the YouTube channel, hopefully. So you can check the earlier part. I addressed that side so that I don't have to go over that.
Okay,
Right.
okay,
Yeah. We'll share it in the various WhatsApp groups. So you
okay,
can,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Is there anyone who has raised their hand and I haven't called them? If yes, you can go ahead. Okay, let me go through the comments again.
When is class beginning?
8th December, as stated here. Okay, but registration is ongoing as we speak. And Valerie is asking when the results will be released before the end of this month. So we have like 2 more weeks, give or take 2.5 weeks maximum. The results come very soon. So I see it as in joke at all, right? Charlotte, FRFM is okay, like I said earlier. Michael, can you be fine with the main class without intervention? 100%. The way we teach here, we don't handicap anybody. You can be okay with main class, right? So yes, as for that one, you can ask anybody. Nobody would say, if I didn't go for intervention, so I failed advanced tax. No, if I actually teach better in the main class, if you ask me, it's more detailed than all. So yeah, intervention is just like revision kind. Let me see. Is it advisable to pursue another degree program other than accounting as a business student since you are doing CA? Yes. When I was in uni doing my CA, I did banking and finance. I didn't do accounting because I felt at the time I wanted something different, not the same accounting. So yes, if you can, actually makes you a better candidate overall. Do finance, do economics, something plus CA. You are a better candidate than the one who did accounting and came to do accounting again and MBA accounting. That's all you know in life, accounting, right? If you can diversify, it makes you a better candidate overall. Right? Someone who did law and is a CA is a stronger candidate to some employers, right? But I mean, these days, it's not just a degree, so feel free. MAFR, PSCF, first timer, ETTS, it works. Steven, you have MH writing level 2. Okay, sure, give it a shot. Steven, you can combine with level 3. MA goes with any paper at all, so feel free to add to any. You can do MA advanced tax. And Mamat, which period does the scholarship cover? From which year to which date? Once we give you a scholarship and you keep passing, it supports you to the very end. In fact, I have students who are even on CIT scholarship. Like they did so well in their ICMA scholarship. We even gave them another scholarship to do CIT. At time are almost done with their CIT as we speak now. Right. So it covers your, as long as you perform well, we want to still invest in you. Right. So yes. But if you come and fail, we'll look at you with side eye. Right. So yes, it covers your entire ICA journey as long as you do well. Just pass your papers for us and then we'll keep on funding you. Right. I think that's all right.
And then I think last sitting, not this
Yeah.
July, you shared a video concerning how to make the entries, the debit credit. If you can share that for those of us who had exemptions and feel that we are not too good at other subjects like
The double entry one. It's on the. It's a double entry video.
the double entry video. Yes, if you can still share with us.
It's on our YouTube channel. Let me just look for it and put it in the
Okay,
link
then
for
please
you.
kindly share the link on the page so that as we wait for 8th December, we can start doing something.
Okay, so check the comment. I'm pasting it there now. Or for
All
anyone
right.
here, just go to MSL Business School and search for double entry. Have you seen it in the link? The comment?
Yes, I have. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Fidelis, scholarship with first class in your post. If you mean post first degree, no. It's for undergrads or those who just finished, but less than 1 year ago. If you finished school more than a year ago, we think you should be fine to pay for your tuition, but you can apply and see. But if you are very old, older than 27, typically no. Okay. All right. So Kingsley, can we know the lecturers and the subjects they handle? I always, when I get this question, I always ask, okay, if I mention that our FR lecturer is called Abraham Glover, do you know him? No. What does that really do? Nothing to get, right? Yes, I can give you the names, but it doesn't do much. And I don't believe in doing my name and CA and PhD and whatever after my name. Having a PhD does not mean I can teach accounting better than anybody else. Do you agree? So we really try to de-emphasize this is the superstar teacher in this thing. If you love the way I teach, you love the way Richard teaches MA and all, yeah. So you realize we never advertise with the lecturers because we are not building around any particular teacher, right? Our lecturers are very, very, very good. All of them prize winners themselves, but it's for a reason why we don't really push that narrative that, oh, you are coming to Abraham's FR class, we're coming to Michael's advanced. It's a good class across board, I can guarantee that, right? So come to the school, not to a lecturer, okay? All right. Have I answered everybody? I can take maybe 2 more questions before we go. If not, I think we've spent enough time here. Any question? All right, if not, I hope you've enjoyed the session as much as I have. If you are not in our school, you're not in any of our groups, you can check our YouTube channel sometime tomorrow afternoon. Just look for MSL Business School. Hopefully the video should be there, right? If you are in our school, we'll share it in all our various groups. I wish you the very best of luck in the March 2026 exam, and I hope to see you, right, if you indeed want to pass, especially those who want to win awards. There's no better place to get the strategies. Come and join us. I'll see you, and thanks for coming. Have a good night. Bye.